spend time with your family?
Sure I do.
Good. Because a man who doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man.
If you're worried about security for your million, the Tatalias will guarantee it.
Oh, are you telling me that the Tatalias guarantee our investment?
I have a sentimental weakness for my children, and I've spoiled them, as you can see. They talk when they should listen. But...
Now, your new son-in-law, will give him something important.
Never. Give him a living, but never discuss the family business. That I cannot do.
I'll give you anything you ask.
We've known each other many years, but this is the first time you ever came to me for counsel, for help. I can't remember the last time that you invited me to your house for a cup of coffee. Even though my wife is godmother to your only child. But let's be frank, you never wanted my friendship. And you were afraid to be in my debt.
I didn't want to get into trouble.
I understand. You found paradise in America. Had a good trade, made a good living. Police protected you, and there were courts of law. But you didn't need a friend like me. But now you come to me and you say, Don Corleone, give me justice. But you don't ask for respect. You don't offer friendship. You don't even think to call me Godfather. Instead, you come into my house on the day my daughter's to be married and you ask me to do murder. Money.
I ask you for justice.
That is not justice. Your daughter is still alive.
Let him suffer then. She suffers. How much shall I pay?
Buonasera. Buonasera. What have I ever done to make you treat me so disrespectfully? If you'd come to me in friendship, then the scum that ruined your daughter would be suffering this very day. And if by chance an honest man like yourself should make enemies, then he would become my enemies. And then they would fear you. What's the matter with you? I think your brain is going soft. From all that comedy you're playing with that young girl. Never tell anybody outside the family what you're thinking again.
You once said that the day would come when Tessio and me could form our own family. Till today, I would never think of it. I must ask your permission.
Well, Michael is now head of the family, and if he gives his permission, then you have my blessing.
When I meet with the Tatalia people, should I insist that all these drug middlemen have clean records?
Mention it. Don't insist. Bazzini's the man who'll know that without being told.
You mean Tatalia?
Tatalia's a pimp. He never could have outfought Santino. But I didn't know until this day that it was Bazzini all along.
Forgive me, Godfather, but with you gone, me and Pete will come under Barzini's thumb sooner or later. And I hate that goddamn Barzini. In 6 months' time, there won't be nothing left to build on.
You have faith in my judgment?
Yes.
Do I have your loyalty?
Yes, always, Godfather.
Don't be a friend to Michael. Do as he says. I spend my life trying not to be careless. Women and children can be careless, but not men. Now listen, whoever comes to you with this Barzini meeting, he's a traitor. Don't forget that. How did things ever get so far? I don't know. It was so unfortunate, so unnecessary. We're quits. And if Tatalia agrees, then I'm willing to let things go on the way they were before.
We are all grateful to Don Corleone for calling this meeting. We all know him as a man of his word. A modest man. He'll always listen to reason.
Yes, Don Barzini. He's too modest. He had all the judges and politicians in his pocket. He refused to share them.
When did I ever refuse an accommodation? All of you know me here. When did I ever refuse? Except one time. And why? Because I believe this drug business is going to destroy us in the years to come. I mean, it's not like gambling or liquor, or even women, which is something that most people want nowadays and is forbidden to them by the bits and the bounty of the church. Even the police departments that have helped us in the past with gambling and other things are going to refuse to help us when it comes to narcotics. And I believed that then, and I believe that now. I hope that we could come here and reason together. And as a reasonable man, I'm willing to do whatever's necessary to find a peaceful solution to these problems.
Then we are agreed. The traffic in drugs will be permitted, but controlled. And Don Corleone will give her protection in the East, and there will be the peace.
But I must have strict assurance from Corleone. As time goes by and his position becomes stronger, will he attempt any individual vendetta?
Look, we are all reasonable men here. We don't have to give assurances as if we were lawyers.
You talk about vengeance. Is vengeance gonna bring your son back to you? Or my boy to me? I forgo the vengeance of my son. But I have selfish reasons. My youngest son was forced to leave this country because of this Salazzo business. All right, I have to make arrangements to bring him back here safely, clear of all these false charges. But I'm a superstitious man. And if some unlucky accident should befall him, if he should get shot in the head by a police officer, or if he should hang himself in his jail cell, or if he's struck by a bolt of lightning, then I'm going to blame some of the people in this room. And that I do not forgive.